How did I miss this? How did I miss this?
How did I miss this?
So I woke up this morning and I was going through my comments like usual, and I came across a comment on my Halloween 78 review. And, I get comments on that here and there. And I start reading it, and my mind starts to just melt. I start to rethink a film that I've seen 1,000 times in a completely different way. So, thank you to this commenter. I don't think I've ever seen this name before, but full credit goes to them for this video and this discussion. I'm genuinely blown away, and I had to tell every one of my friends who would care about this. And we all agree that this is game changing, and I just had to make a video on it really quick. So, is Lori the actual intended target here? Or is it Annie? This evidence to me makes it very clear that Annie, not Lori, is Michael's intended target of Halloween night. This just changed everything about the film for me. Now, of course, this is ignoring the events of Halloween 2 making Laurie the sister. If we focus primarily on John Carpenter's Halloween, yes, and this is why, like, perspective and focus changes everything. Because we follow Laurie around, because Laurie is thought to be the main character, and she is the main character of the film, we of course think, and Michael sees her first, right? And he's stalking her around in the daytime. But when Annie yells out, "Hey jerk, speed kills," and Michael breaks the car, and this is his first sign of aggression. This is his first sign where he's not just lurking and looking. This is a like, what the fuck did you just say to me? And he sits there creepily. He makes himself noticed, and from this point on, he still follows Laurie a little bit, but as soon as Annie comes and picks Laurie up in her car and they start driving around, Michael's primary focus for the rest of the film is Annie. Completely. When they arrive at the Wallace and Doyle houses, it is Michael that follows Annie over to Lindsay Wallace's house and never leaves. He focuses on her, primarily her, and only her from that point on. And she's the first person he kills. He waits until it's just her. He takes her upstairs. He stages her in a bedroom with his sister's tombstone, the most important person of his past. And then it's not until Bob, Linda, and Lori make their way over to that house that Michael has anything to do with them. They came into the house that he was in with Annie. But he never makes an attempt to stalk or contact or anything Lori. Lori calls over at the house. He answers the phone. He doesn't answer it, but he picks it up from Linda. Like, he is not interested in Laurie Strode anymore. The only reason that he even stalks after her is because she comes into the house and gets away, so he goes after her. This just changes the entire film for me. This just shows me that Laurie kind of made him think, like, he's like, oh, who's this? And he follows her around a little bit, and then Annie talks shit to him. And he's like, what? And so he focuses on her and her alone for the rest of the film. Yeah, I just can't believe I've missed this for so long. It's so obvious now that I'm saying it. And when I go to rewatch the film, which I will be doing very soon, I'm going to be looking at it through this lens, and I don't see myself ever looking at it through a different lens. Like, this has changed my perspective on this film forever. So anytime where you think that your comment is going to be, just forgotten or never even read, think again. Sometimes you can completely change a fan's mind, drastically. This is crazy. This is huge. I think that, and I've never heard anyone else ever mention this, never. And I've been a fan of this film for over 30 years, and I've discussed it with tons and tons of people. Even Lee McCoy over at Drum Dums, who makes a video on Halloween like every night, I text him about this, and he was just like, my mind is fucking blown right now, and we're going to have a discussion about it on his channel pretty soon. But yeah, I just, when I woke up to this, I really was blown away. I mean, I just woke up, and I read that, and I was like, I got to make a video on this. And I never do this. I never do that. I've never made a video on a comment before. Never once. But this comment genuinely blew my mind. And I appreciate the person who made it. Thank you so much for bringing something so mind-blowing to my attention that I've never noticed in my favorite film. I mean, it's almost to the point where I'm like looking around at all the Halloween shit I have, whether it's these insanely rare freaking YA novels that I have, or all these different dolls and figurines and collectibles, and I feel like I'm not even worthy of them at the moment. That's like the way I feel like right now. I feel like I'm not even a real Halloween fan. Like, how did I fucking miss this after all these years? But hey, man, it's always cool to get a fresh perspective on something you think you know everything on. That's why conversation is so great with other people. That's why different points of views can be so, interesting and thought-provoking, because it's just something you never thought of before. And it took my favorite film that I've seen so many times and completely flipped it on its head. And now I see Annie as the main target of the film, not Laurie. I would have always thought it was Laurie. Hands down, no thought put into it. Like, Mike sees her at the Myers house, and then boom, he's following her around, but he's not. That does happen in the beginning, but as soon as Annie yells her shit out, it's all Annie from there. And he never leaves that house. That's like the biggest piece of evidence to me, is once Annie's dead, it's all about who comes to his, new place, right? It's his new residence. He's taken up that place with Annie. He's made her his sister. Like, she's more of his sister in that film than Laurie is. Like, as I said, we're ignoring the part 2, she's actually the sister thing. No, he makes Annie his sister in this. John Carpenter made Laurie Michael's sister in the second film, but in the first film, it's Michael that makes Annie his sister. This is to me is just like, it's not irrefutable, I guess. You can have a different opinion on this, but to me, this is the definitive like thought on this film now. Like, the definitive way to watch it. Annie is the target of the film. I can't unsee it now. Now that I read the comment like 15 times, and I was like thinking about the film in my head. I gotta rewatch it now with this thought in my mind. But I have a feeling this has now changed my perspective on Halloween forever. Of course, ignoring the sequels. Shit, even Halloween 2018, Michael doesn't even have any interest in Laurie. And it's not until Laurie like comes after him that he's like, oh yeah, this bitch. So almost Halloween 2018 does a better job of that portrayal. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Are your minds as blown as mine is? And let's give some serious credit in the comments below to the original poster of this comment. I can't read the name. I don't know what the hell. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not even going to try. And I don't know if it's a male or a female. I don't know, and I don't care. All I can say is thank you, and you get full credit for this. I'm just bringing it to people's attention. And I really appreciate that, and I hope this has blown as many people's minds on this movie as it has mine. So let me know what you think. I just wow, wow, wasn't expecting that this morning when I woke up. Wasn't expecting to have my entire perspective on my favorite film changed by one comment. But that's what unique perspectives can do. So, wow. All right. Thank you.